Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul,
And I'm Dave.
and this week we'll be discussing the episode Guise Will Be Guys. This episode originally aired November 7th, 2000. Attracting approximately... Oh, damn, I did the thing. Attracting approximately... I want to say it was slightly less than last week, but I closed the window by mistake. 6.05 million viewers. So it's actually up from last week.
I'm so sorry for all those people.
Yes, David, little peek behind the curtain. We've already recorded this episode once. Well, we half recorded it because none of my audio picked up for some reason. And Dave is not a fan. Anyway, let's move into what video games came out this week. So, Dave, do you have any ideas what might have come out this week? Hello? Are you alive, Mr. David? Because you do not sound alive. Please tell me that you did not die. Hello?
Hello? Oh, no.
Okay, 1 second. I'm going to reconnect. Hello? I think...
There you go.
Ah, you're back. Okay, good. All right. So,
open up there, buddy.
For video games this week, we have a few big ones. We have on October 31st... October 31st, we have The Grinch on Dreamcast. Because, you know, everybody loved that game. On November 6th, we have a bunch of games. Most notably, we're going to go with Crash Bash. Are you alive, Mr. David? You do not sound like you are. Let's try reconnecting. Hello, hello? Are you there? Hello, world? You do not seem to be here. Oh, wait.
Hello?
Hello, hello?
Hello, hello?
Ah, you're there. Okay, very good.
There we go.
I just started doing video games. So, November 6th, we had Crash Bash, which...
yes.
Yes. Also, I don't know if you heard, but October 31st was The Grinch on Dreamcast, but I don't think anybody really cares. Also on November 6th, we had a little game that not enough people remember, but more people should play, called The World Is Not Enough on PS1 and N64, and I believe it also got a Game Boy Color version. But you should definitely play that because it's a good James Bond game.
Yes.
Also on the 6th, if Crash Bash and The World Is Not Enough were not really what you were looking for, there was a little game on Dreamcast that came out that was Shenmue.
Oh, yes, the Shenmue start of the amazing series.
Sure, okay. November 8th on it came out on PC and then later on the PS2, Escape from Monkey Island.
Ooh,
Which,
start of that series.
Is a game I've never played, but I've always been told is really good. I don't think it's the first one in the Monkey Island series. I feel like, unless it's a re-release, I feel like that game came out that series started earlier.
Yeah, start of PlayStation.
I think it was like a PC series mostly. Yeah, The Secret of Monkey Island is the first one, and that's 1990.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is the first one that came to console, though.
Brain was confused and misheard you from saying that, so...
I think it's also the first time that the series went to console, though, so that would have also...
Ooh, yeah,
Um,
point and click adventure on a console controls.
yeah, I know. I don't know why they decided that was a good idea. Anyway,
Yeah.
the next day on November 9th, if you're like, I'm not really looking for a point and click adventure, you could the next day on Windows get this little game called Counter Strike.
Oh boy. Because of course.
And if you were like, I don't really want to play Counter Strike, a few days later you had a few other options. God damn, this was a hell of a week. On the PS1, you could pick up Final Fantasy IX.
Definitely good pick.
If you like that type of game, I guess.
Yeah.
Same day, if you were like, Final Fantasy IX isn't really my thing, I want something on the Game Boy Color, you could pick up Madden NFL 2001 for the Game Boy Color, which
Cause sports.
I can't imagine that is a good experience on a Game Boy Color.
Yeah. You taking on a car trip.
Yeah, but how do you play a football game? Never mind. Anyway, and finally, if neither of those were what you were looking for that particular day, you could also get on the PS1 and Game Boy Color a video game adaptation of the Disney film The Emperor's New Groove,
Ah, yes. Again,
which,
don't specifically recall it, but nah, it makes perfect sense.
yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that they were like, I'm not surprised they released a game. I just don't remember the game coming out. I also don't really remember the movie, so,
Hmm.
because,
No, it has a couple of iconic scenes, but I vaguely remember you mentioning that it wasn't your cup of tea.
yeah, I have a very limited list of Disney movies that I enjoy.
Hmm.
And this isn't the Great Mouse Detective, so I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you can't exactly replace a mouse with a llama. It's a bit too different.
And the Great Mouse Detective is a great movie, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it because it's great.
Indeed.
Alrighty. So, number one song in America this week, Dave.
Uh, around in November.
It's a different song than last time, and it's a band that we haven't heard from previously, and it will
Hmm.
only be there for 1 week.
Oh, Yeah, some from some sort of boy band that was popular around the time. I can't specifically think of anyone.
I would not consider them a boy band, and Dave, I'm sorry, but it's a Creed song, and it's with Arms Wide Open.
Uh, yeah, the vague recollection is coming back to my mind.
I was trying to come up with some clever like OSW review reference, but I couldn't come up with anything for it, so I just skipped it. Anyway,
Yeah, you tried your best.
well, you know. Anyway, number one movie in America this week. Any ideas what it might be?
Hmm. No, I think from last week when we discussed about it. No, supposedly it's been supposedly long enough, or is it still Meet the Parents?
It is not Meet the Parents, and it is a movie I would not expect to be number one at the box office in November. It seems like a weird time to release this movie. Like this, to me, should be a summer release.
Oh my gosh, I vaguely remember something about it. It's Charlie's Angels.
It is Charlie's Angels. This is the benefit of recording an episode twice.
The benefits. I actually get a thing correct.
Yes, it is Charlie's Angels. Um, that
And
cert-
despite the fact that I do kind of agree with you with the setting and just the particular action movie set of it, it probably would have worked better as a summer movie. But who knows? It probably just got caught up in delays and just wasn't put out at around that time.
I also want to say that this was quite a busy summer, so there might not have. Yeah, this was a pretty good summer though. Like,
Okay.
I mean, just as a quick run through of some of the summer movies we had Gladiator, Mission Impossible 2, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Perfect Storm, Scary Movie, X Men, um, Hollow Man, Bring It On, The Cell. Like, there was quite a few big movies that came out that summer. So That might
Yeah,
have been
that's
the fear.
a fierce competition.
Yeah. Anyway, let us move on to the episode as much as I know David is dreading it.
The cringe. The bloody cringe.
Alrighty. So, I'm going to try to make this short and painless. Angel tries to hunt down Darla at Wolfram and Hart, but Cordelia and Wesley stop him. Angel consults Lorne at the karaoke bar Caritas, I think is how you pronounce it, who refers him to the Swami Tishmagav for help. Uh, Cordelia and Wesley hold down the office while Angel is away, both glad that he is seeking help to calm his obsession with Darla. At the office, a thug holds Cordelia at gunpoint, demanding to see Angel, and Wesley is forced to pose as their vampire boss in order to save her. Magnus Bryce, a shrewd and rich businessman, is in need of Angel's services to protect his daughter from assassins from a rival corporation fronted by Paul Lanier. He offers Wesley blood that he forces down to keep from ruining his cover. Wesley meets Mr. Bryce's daughter, Virginia, and the two go shopping. Virginia and Wesley talk about how she wants freedom from the prison her father has created for her, then the two kiss. Virginia initially stops, believing Angel's curse is an obstacle, but Wesley claims it is more of a recommendation than anything else. Because of course he did, because he wants to bang her. And he does. Good on you, Wesley. Meanwhile, at a quiet cabin, Angel talks with the normal-looking Swami about his choice of clothing, style of car, and brand of hair gel. The Swami advises Angel to find a blonde woman and break her heart so that he will feel better about his situation with Darla. Later, the Swami talks to Paul Lanier over the phone, revealing that he's an imposter. One of the bartenders at Caratus overheard Angel and Lauren's conversation and tipped Lanier off about Angel's destination. Through the conversation, in which they both believe Angel is with them, they deduce that Wesley is not Angel. Lanier informs Bryce that there is a fake protecting Virginia bodyguard who is able to have sex with his virgin daughter. Well, maybe not so much. Gunn sets off to find Angel, but when he arrives at the cabin, the fake Swami knocks him out. Angel witnesses this and uses a fishing pole to pull the man out of the sun into his grasp, which is a really cool sequence because he hooks him right in the mouth with it. It's quite cool.
Like in most cases, the guy's walking away and you wouldn't be able to figure that he'd be able to hook it, but nah, it's more impressive. I figured it would have just been he hooked onto a shirt or the pants from whatnot to pull him back in, but no, the mouth works better.
Absolutely, it does. Cordelia arrives at the Bryce home, but before she can rescue Wesley, Virginia finds out that he's not really Angel. In order to get a significant amount of power from a demon, Bryce plans to sacrifice his daughter, as the demon will grant immense power to anyone who sacrifices a virgin on their 50th birthday. Hence why Bryce chose Angel as her bodyguard, as the curse would have prevented the two from having sex. Although that's not what the curse says, but you know.
Yeah.
Angel and Wesley conclude that Lanier was trying to prevent the sacrifice so that Bryce couldn't get the power. Bryce starts the sacrificial ritual, but Angel and crew interrupt. The demon appears but won't take Virginia as a sacrifice because she's not a virgin. Furious about her father's actions, Virginia punches him and disassociates herself from him, revealing that she hasn't been a virgin since she was 16. After reading an article in a magazine, both Cordelia and Angel are jealous that Wesley is getting so much publicity as Virginia's bodyguard. There, I made it as quick and painless as I could, Dave.
You did, but nevertheless, at the very least, with just recalling certain bits, there were at least some funny bits within the episode. But just the fact that there's Wesley trying to impersonate Angel within this episode and the whole liar reveal storyline of this is just ugh.
See,
Ugh,
I
it's
like
just
him
odd.
impersonating Wesley impersonating Angel. I think that's fun.
He has moments, but then there are just other moments where, oh no, there's a mirror, you need to cover it up.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but I like this because at least it gives Wesley something to do where he doesn't look like a complete dork.
Which this episode went to hell and back to prove in certain respects that he has that side to him, but he also has the badass, he knows when business needs to get done side to him.
Yes, yes. Now, I just want to point something out that I'm not sure if you're familiar with. We've seen some work from this writer previously.
Okay, with this one.
Yes, Jane Espenson. I'm probably butchering the name, but she's written a few episodes that you've really enjoyed, and I'm going to list them, or at least some of them. Specifically Buffy episodes, because that's primarily where she was a writer at this point. So, do you remember the episode Band Candy?
Oh. Oh, yes. The bad candy.
What other ones might you remember? Oh, that's a really sad one. I'm surprised that that was one of hers. Anyway, what are some other ones that you might remember? Do you remember the episode Double Meat Palace?
Oh, boy. Of course.
What about the episode Conversations with Dead People?
I'm not sure whether or not you're trying to torment me with this, or it's just the case of this is just her writing style and live with it.
Well, it is kind of, but like, I'm going to argue that Conversations with Dead People is very different. Because that's the one where, like, that's one where the spirit is, like, reanimating, like, people that Buffy has to, like, talk to and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's quite
Okay.
different. But she has written, like, a bunch of episodes for Buffy, and, like, a lot of really good ones. I'm not going to go through all of them, but that she definitely, most of her episodes have a certain style, and it is kind of like that cringy humor, like a Band Candy or like Double Meat Palace or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Although she did write some pretty fucked up episodes, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote Afterlife, so you know. Anyway, did you have anything else about this episode, Dave, before we get to international titles?
No, I think I'm just about ready to finish this one up.
Alrighty. So, for international titles, we're going to start off with the French title, which translates as The Usurper.
Uh,
Which, it's not great.
no, it doesn't really match up.
However, the Germans once again hit it out of the park, I think, with their episode title, Angel for a Day.
Well, I guess Cordelia was kind of saying within the episode she could have impersonated Angel. It probably would have worked for a time.
I mean, it probably would have. Anyway, so next week we'll be discussing the episode Darla.
Boy.
Now, technically, this is part of a crossover with a Buffy episode, but we talked about that episode before, obviously, so we won't be covering it again. Fuck you, go back and find it in the archives. Okay. Angel's going to be desperate to rescue Darla from the clutches of Wolfram and Hart, and we're going to get flashbacks to reveal what a dangerous and powerful relationship they shared, as history weirdly seems to be repeating itself.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and we're also going to get appearances from the Master and Spike and Drusilla. And then, we're going to see Angel get his soul.
Oh, boy.
But there's going to be Spike. And Spike's
No.
good.
No, Spike is good. I do not doubt.
Well, you can't. It's a fact. Anyway, until next week, I'm Paul.
And I'm Dave.